Ready?
Seven.
Hmm.
Back to your life.
Okay, guys, we are about to get
Yes.
started. The DA has arrived.
Okay.
Okay, just a few housekeeping um, before we get started. So, this is a conversation, it's not a combative one. We're not at trial as of yet. Right now, it's just two people stating what they want and what they have. So, before we get to the negotiation part, we will talk about evidence and what each party has on the table, and then we'll go to the next step. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Yes, man.
Okay, I also ask that no one argues. Let everyone finish their sentence, no interrupting, so that we can have a clear record for the court. Okay?
I have no problem.
Neither do I.
Okay. DA, would you like to begin with the charges that you have and the response to the civil suit?
Um, yes, I would, Your Honor. They're claiming that this was a an invalid arrest due to possible misidentification of what the plaintiff may have been holding at the time of his arrest. And considering that the penalty amongst law enforcement members is death for deliberate and willful corruption, it would quite literally be a threat of this officer's life to be dishonest about what they genuinely believed the plaintiff was holding in their hands at the time of arrest, rendering the search and everything thereafter fully valid, especially considering the substantial illegal contents that the plaintiff had on their person at the time of the arrest. I believe that the plaintiff is weighing the substantial financial loss due to the heavy fines of this combination of charges and is looking in the form of impetuous and malicious revenge to sue the APD to mitigate those losses.
A clarifying question. You said that if there was an attempt on the officer's life, was there? Are you saying that the officer was shot at, or
No, that the officer believed that there was a firearm in the plaintiff's hand. The firearm in question has a laser beam attached to it.
okay? And the weapon was entered into evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can continue.
That is pretty much it. This was a good faith investigation and a good faith arrest. The only reason the officers were there were they received both drug calls and gunfire calls in the same area. So I don't know if there was an unrelated party over there firing their weapon, if it was an accidental discharge. But upon arriving and seeing the laser first, followed by the gun in the plaintiff's hand, we do believe that this was a good faith investigation and arrest, and that there is no tort to be investigated or any negligence or wrongdoing that would have caused undue damage to the plaintiff.
Lando, you've heard what the response of the DA. What would you like to
Uh
say to that? Yeah.
I just have a few questions. Um I thought first we were here to try to negotiate because I spoke on the actual withdraw. I actually sent an email to the DA's office
We are here to
upon having this
negotiate,
meeting.
but the judge just asked our prospective positions. We haven't reached the negotiating phase yet.
Okay. I apologize. Okay. Well, still a few questions. Number one, according to a piece of evidence we have, there was absolutely no mention by the police department of gunfire. When they actually arrived on scene, actually no one was holding weapons, and they just randomly accosted my client here when there were multiple people outside. Um, and for them to say there were drug calls, wouldn't you say that everyone on scene is a possible suspect and no one is to be absolutely singled out as the only person uh, per se selling narcotics at the scene?
One could assume that, however, by law as well as standard operating procedures, our officers are not to move in for an investigation, detainment, or arrest until they have witnessed two hand-to-hand exchanges amongst whoever the subject investigatee is. So usually whoever they choose to arrest and investigate at that time were priorly seen doing hand to hands. Otherwise, they wouldn't have moved in. They have to witness two before they can move in. And only the people doing the hand to hands are investigated, with the exception being if they believe that other crimes are being committed by, uninvolved people. So if they're there to investigate one person for possible drugs due to hand, but the guy standing next to them is holding a gun, you know,
Okay. Second question. For an officer to have reasonable articulable suspicion, must he have a direct visual, and must he be concrete on his decision to move in on what he says that he saw? Because from what I understand in the piece of our evidence that we hold, the officer admitted that he guessed this is what particular beam or light that he saw is usually connected to a weapon. He didn't say he actually saw a weapon. He said he saw a beam of light that is usually connected to a weapon. So
right.
I'm just asking, must he be concrete when he's making accusation on scene instead of saying that I guess this is what I saw? Basically, is what I'm asking.
He must be concrete in his good faith beliefs and keep in mind that these are a lot of decisions that have to be weighed in a matter of seconds sometimes, as they do frequently be met with hostile responses. So within a matter of seconds, an officer has a lot to ascertain in the situation. And within that situation, he concluded that standard presenting laser pointer devices are usually red. Most non threatening laser devices are red in color, usually. And only weapons have differentiating beams, which I guess serves for purposes of temperature detection and other detections that are way beyond the scope of myself, as I'm not, an arms dealer or anything. Long story short, only a weapon would have a yellow laser beam.
Really?
So within a second, if you see a laser beam, it is a good faith assumption that that unusually colored beam would be attached to a weapon. And of course, so far we've seen weapons that have blue, cyan, purple, yellow, and even green. So, considering that these weapons are making their way into the city without priorly being announced, by officers, that is an entirely different element of decision making they have to consider when determining, if a subject may be armed or not. Even
Okay.
if, let's just say, this was some sort of toy laser beam, it does not delegitimize the good faith identification made in that moment by the officer. So, if during that good faith observation, investigation, and arrest that other items are found on the subject's person, they're still valid.
Hmm. Well, in that case, I would just I could see where you're coming from, and I can understand that. I just would say if that's the If that's the premise that they can act off of, then all laser beams should be deemed illegal if they're automatically to be assumed that they're attached to weapons. But nothing further. Nothing further.
Okay, so both parties have laid the foundation of both their cases at this time. Would you guys now, not would you, but let's enter now into the settlement phase of the hearing now that we've gone through the evidence and statement of case. Um, Lando, you had said previously something about withdrawing this case. Can you expound upon that a bit
Yes,
further?
that's yes, ma'am. This is why we originally were withdrawing the case because we were no longer trying to seek monetary damages against the APD. And being that our case was filed a little time ago and we were trying to sit down with the DA's office and they were not available and things were a little drawn out. And we understand that there were some things up top. We're not directly blaming the DA's office or anything or any of their representatives. We understand there were a lot of things up top. But being that this has been drawn out for a period of a long time, I mean, my client, he just wants to get to the point where he could just kind of move on and we sit up here and come up with a very, a very fair, I would say fair deal, being that he's been on ankle monitor. He's been on basically, tracking for a far, I say, a far length of time. Um, and in the midst of that, he's being harassed. We're not saying physically harassed or anything, but he's having more than his fair share of contact with police that he's not causing. As I was speaking earlier, I understand that if you have some type of monitoring system that a police can on foot approach you and or can make contact with you to meet with you to check with you about your monitoring, but I didn't know that could be a reason for them to physically pull you over during driving or operating a vehicle. And that's what my client has went through. So at this moment, he would like to drop everything. Far as against APD, he feels he's done. Actually, he's served time, so he has time served on this. And
Mm-hmm.
being that the length of time with being on the monitoring system and things being drawn out with trying to handle such meetings and such with the department, we just come up with a fair deal for him to just go on with his life.
Okay, that is understandable. And I do sincerely apologize on behalf of the district attorney's office as well as on behalf of the Atlanta Police Department for the delays. One of the primary gesture for the delays is that in order, funny enough, as much smack as I may talk in this career, it's very playful. I do take these settlement negotiations seriously. It's not about trying to stop or help the flow of money. It's about making reparations to someone's life when they believe they have been done wrong or educating them, if they're on the wrong stance of things. Just to provide context, the officer at the forefront of this entire interaction that is stemming from an arrest that happened on November 12th is no longer with the department. They have also moved from the city on bad terms. While they are alive, they have moved from the city. And during this time, I've been in ongoing attempts to try to get them to visit the city, to address these charges. The issue is that they voluntarily revoked their own passport, you see, and they're unable to get it reinstated. They would either have to pay the White House 35 dream dollars to have it reinstated, or they would have to complete an application and reapply for citizenship of the city all over again, which they are not willing to do. And considering, that there's a lot that I can't speak on. That's just to say that it looks like I'm not going to get any additional information beyond what we have. And I've been trying to kind of soften them up to come back and handle this, which is what's been taking so long on the defense side of things. So, of course, Mr. Trell, I do apologize that this has been prolonged and has affected, your calendar and your day to day in your life, because these are serious criminal charges. And I wouldn't want to have that hang over my head for any extended period of time. So,
Yeah, I understand that. It's been very stressful for me, and during the time of this whole thing, it's just me been trying to do good in my life. I've been trying
yeah.
to really turn things around, and every time I look, it seems like my last situation, like I was saying yesterday during our um you know little time in the court. I was pulled over with my um with the mother of my child, and she's about to go into you know motherhood soon. So that affected
Tell me about
me.
it.
That affected me very, very, very stressfully when I'm pulled over in traffic, and an officer is just basically just showing no signs of like
Empathy.
just human. Yeah. Yep. Basically.
So, this might not do much in way of making up for anything, but just to explain that when you are on monitored release, you are subject to higher enforcement. There are usually higher ups designated check on um check on subjects of monitoring, twice daily, usually during the day and usually at night. So that may be why you're noticing an increase in interactions, because when you are on monitored release, you're not supposed to be doing anything in any way that's illegal, and that's usually what they're checking for. I will speak to them because that could be done with a little bit of grace and politeness, but I do also have to disclose another part of my position here, because I was speaking with my heart. Now I'm speaking as a district attorney who has access to, evidence and records. And while I understand that the method in which you were searched is called into question, because there are so many facets of that, and because it can be argued in one way or the other, that is a matter that is best determined by a judge after hearing both sides. Because you were found with these things on your person. So, whereas if it were up to me, I would make a completely different suggestion. I am a representative of the state, and I am also acting as a representative of the APD, and their position stands as that, irregardless of the questioning of the search, you were found with these things on your person, and the evidence points that there may or may not have been a crime actively being committed by yourself or other individuals around you. So the settlement that the APD is prepared to make may not be something that you would like, but it is the only offer they are prepared to make at this time, and that is for $500,000.
Okay, Lando, you've heard the offer from the APD. Even though you were going to withdraw the case, you still can um, take the restitution amount for your client, also knowing that there's still criminal charges to be levied. Um, I will note that if you do take the 500K, that they will probably go for the maximum penalty and jail time on the criminal side. If you can use this time to maybe barter, exchange, or figure out something where the case is dismissed and a plea deal is given, that might
And
be in the best interest of everyone here, and we can wrap this up here and now and be done with it, get the ankle monitor off, and go from there.
And that is exactly why we're here, Your Honor. We weren't looking for any restitution from the APD. We were just trying to get a plea deal completed and done right here today. So, like I said, my whole client's aim out of this was to have these charges levied, ankle monitor removed, so he could just go on with his life. He's getting ready for parenthood as he spoke, and that's where we're at.
okay, keep in mind with the nature of your client's charges, you do realize that it is a high likelihood that they would be serving some prison time, right?
On top of the time he's already served, I
How
mean, what
much
would we
how
be
much
looking
time
at?
has he served?
Correctly, I've served about 350 months plus the time being pulled over as well. So on top of all that, that's about 650
Can you estimate
months.
the amount of how long you've been on that ankle monitor being observed by the police on a day, twice a day, every day?
250,
Um, so as the DA stated,
650.
November 12th is when
Okay.
they came to me. So that will be probably about like three to 4 weeks.
Okay. That's a lot of time. Okay.
It, that's why we're saying like he's
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and also to speak, I just was wondering, I understand that officers can accost him for being on a monitoring system most likely while on foot
A
or setting
cost.
up
I'll let you have
visitation.
that one.
No, I'm just
Shade, remember?
asking.
Shade. No shade. No shade.
No. I'm just asking. I'm just asking
Mm.
that I didn't know, because we look at how, most probationary systems work. And even though that's not a form, sometime of electrical monitoring, it is still a form of monitoring that usually that doesn't really constitute a actual offense. I mean, well, actual reasoning for a traffic stop. I've never really heard of that happening. That's why when he explained this to me happening, I was kind of shocked. And I mean, maybe things are a little different here in Georgia. As I understand, the law changes from state to state, but
Mm-hmm.
usually in those constitutes of monitoring systems, it's pretty much all the same. So I didn't know. And I'm asking you, Judge, is that clear that monitoring is a reasoning for being able to institute a traffic stop?
Yes. Right now, the way the
Okay.
laws are written, if if a defendant has a tracking monitor on and he's due for court, they can use that to track his whereabouts and to check up on him to see what he's doing and make sure he's not committing any additional crimes. You see, once they are released on those types of conditions, if they are caught in the commission of another crime, then fines are doubled, times are doubled, there's additional penalties and things thrown on there. So the police make it their business to make sure that the folks who are on the monitors are holding their word to the court and staying out of trouble during that time. And while they might be a little bit aggressive in their methods, it is their right under the law to do so.
Understood.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna ask for sake of time, um, DA, can we possibly figure out a plea deal that does not in that no more additional jail time, time served. It's been I think a whole dream month. and that's a long time. It's lots of hours to be under constant surveillance by the state. I would also deem that unfair. And he would pay a fine for the crime and have any legal items returned to him and be free to go. What say
Okay, Your
you?
Honor. And is is that an imploration or is that an order about the jail time? Because I think we both know how the APD feels about this one.
Well, I'd like to provide the space for the DA's office to make a fair plea deal without me having to issue a decree.
Ooh, okay.
Has dropped, especially since he's dropped his civil suit and has refused the 500K generous offer from the APD. I think that
um,
his show of faith is definitely worthy of of uh, of a deal that doesn't involve him having to be jailed once again.
292. Okay, so I will do the accounting based solely off of the controlled substances. The firearm, I think we can chalk that up to having to protect himself in these streets. That I definitely understand. I have a screwdriver, and sometimes I'm not always screwing screws with it. You know, let's be honest, these streets are brutal. So I will say this. He got 4 charges of intent, or 4 counts of intent to distribute. 30 times 4. I would propose that he pay $520,000 in fines for the drugs, considering that he did refuse a $500,000 settlement offer. $20,000 would be due by the plaintiff today, and that would and he would have to amend his plea from not guilty to guilty or no contest, pay $20,000, and that will conclude his incident 797.
Is that good with you, Mr. Trail?
We said, how much would I be paying? 500.
$20,000. Since you refused a $500,000 settlement offer, we can just take that as partial payment, and you'll just have to pay $20K.
Okay, so
And
20,000 total.
and that's correct. And you would also have to amend your plea for incident 797 to no contest or guilty.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay, and I'm standing on the table, aren't I?
You are.
Biscuits and gravy.
So, Lando, we can enter your client's plea now. Would he prefer to do guilty or no contest?
He would prefer no contest.
All right, let it stand that he is pleading no contest, rescinding the civil lawsuit.
And we're ready for that $20,000 payment when
Okay. No contest, rescinding the civil lawsuit, paying a total fine of 20K, and time served.
we thank the DA's office and we thank you, Your Honor. And I'm glad we were able to get some progression done today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so once the DA invoices you, what we'll do is we will give a call over to the Atlanta Police Department and see if someone's available to come and get this monitor off of Mr. Terrell. Okay? Hold on, let me see if we can get that done. See if I can make a call now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I will in just a second. I'm just taking notes on your 7,500.
APD.
Yes, hi. This is Judge Boogie. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Judge Booking. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, listen, is anyone available to come to the courthouse real quick to remove a tracking ankle monitor?
Yes, me and LT. That guy's on.
Okay, either
Let
one
me.
of you is fine.
That's fine. Let me let him know real quick. I'm sorry. What's your name one more time?
This is Chief Justice Boogie. It's a
All right.
judge.
I
Mm-hmm.
I will let him know.
Okay. How long do you think it'll be?
I'm finna let him know right now. He's in city.
Okay, perfect. Tell him we're upstairs in the settlement conference room.
All right. I got you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, an officer should be here shortly to remove the tracking device from you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I got that in the notes.
Okay.
Mr. Trell, what's your PayPal?
Should be 310.
Thank you. While we're here, did you guys want to talk about the incident? I think there was another incident that happened recently.
What incident?
Okay, I just sent that invoice to you. Mr. Trell, let me answer your question. And whew, Jesus.
Oh, good.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
No, we understand, madam. I mean,
It should be paid off.
you're about to be joining motherhood if you're not already a mother as well. We understand how those contractions can be.
I actually don't. This is gonna be my first nugget, and I hope they're not awful.
You'll be fine.
They're not going to be. I mean, they have a good to follow, and it's a plus when they're a parent. You're a
Uh,
parent as well.
okay, so once you pay that, Mr. Trell, go back into your F7 app and go to personal invoices
Mm-hmm.
and find that invoice that I just sent you and click view. It's going to bring up a full receipt. Send a picture of that receipt and post it in your DOJ website ticket. And then after that, we're good to go on that one. And then to answer your question, I'm seeing that there's an incident from 5 days ago. Wait, did my notes not save for this one? Did you already go to sentencing for this?
Is it for the traffic stop?
Yes.
Yes, I was already sentenced to 350 for that and did jail time.
Oh, they just forgot to mark the plead guilty. I'm gonna just go ahead and mark that and we're good. Okay, so you're good to go. If you can stay crime free, for 7 days, you can submit for an expungement. But keep in mind you only get one of those, so make sure you're absolutely legit and done with the streets in every way before you do that.
And that expungement would be for
Everything. So it's an expungement of your entire record. So you would have a hearing. It can be a contested expungement where I would be on the other side, arguing in opposition of your expungement. And of course, your representation would be arguing in favor, where the judge would decide. You can also go uncontested. If I think you deserve it, then I won't contest it, of course. And yeah, you get your entire record expunged. So it's pretty much like the delete key to your entire record, but you only get one of those per lifetime. So if another mistake is made, that's just on your record forever.
Okay.
Ooh, some biscuit.
Officers have arrived to remove your bracelet, so if you could step forward.
Go ahead. Think tracker and follow the prompt there. 805 to remove the tracker. Who is this?
This is Mr. Trout.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, your tracker has been removed.
Ooh, I love grape
All
soda.
right, that's one.
Thank you.
You might have to dust your
Do
outfit.
we have
Your
another one,
chains
or is
on.
it just the
You gotta
one?
like a
It was
beanie
just
on
the
your head
one.
or something.
Just the one. Okay. Your Honor, I'm Lieutenant Vega. We haven't officially met. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I've seen your name everywhere.
Yes, ma'am. It's Saturday, so we'll be having court tonight. Yeah.
Yes, sir. 10 p.m.
Perfect.
So even if they want to plead guilty, they still have to be arraigned. So don't send
Yep.
anybody up.
Yep. We got all that figured out for sure.
Okay, perfect. All right,
All
we'll
right,
see
so
you
I'll
guys
see you
tonight.
tonight.
All right, and
All right.
who's this? Is this a new cadet?
My name is
Yep.
Officer
New officer.
Brian.
Yep.
Officer Brand.
Is that the DA?
O'Brien.
One more time.
O'Brien, ma'am.
O'Brien. Nice to meet you, O'Brien.
Nice to meet you.
Chizira Baltazar. I'm the district.
I hope you join us in court tonight so you can see how
I
things
will.
go.
I'm excited.
Okay. Make sure your
I
eyes are
thought you were
on.
asking
know
for
how
his
we do.
benefit.
We love our friends in
I will.
TikTok-tonia.
Yes.
Instagram,
Yep, she's
Landia,
doing
and
it
all
day
that,
now.
all that good stuff.
And what is your name one more time? We spoke on the phone earlier.
My name is Boogie.
Oh, please, you
Boogie.
might see
I
me
will
with the
remember
little
that, Judge
nuggets
Boogie. It's a
in my
pleasure to
lap,
meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
doing depositions.
All right. Why am I walking like that? Jesus.
I'm gonna see you tonight. I'm looking forward to attending court tonight.
Hey, like I won't
Right.
change her in the middle of trial.
All right,
This
guys,
is,
come on, I'll
Officer
walk you out.
805,
Come on.
O'Brien.
Okay.
Hey.
Brian, this is
Thank you for this time and getting everything settled with us.
You are more than welcome. I started out as a defender, so I'm still a defender. I will always be a defender. And shouts out to you for, taking responsibility for for shit. Shit
Yeah.
happens. We know how to, we know how it is here.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
I'm new
appreciate
here.
it,
I don't
man.
know how anything is right here.
Thank
All
you.
right, no worries. Lando, everything good? We'll see you tonight. Will you be able to come to court tonight? So the thing with court is, we're gonna start assigning cases too, because we have some of the attorneys just are there for the privileges and they've never taken a case, and it got to the point where I was just taking everything so that people would be able to get some remedy, if that makes sense. So now that I have the judgeship, I want to encourage everybody to come to court, because sometimes clients will come to court and they'll need someone immediately. You can file for a continuance for as much time as you need to get the court case together, but it's also another way to get clients as well. So I hope you come to court tonight. Lando, did you hear me? Is my sound acting up?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was caught up into this email.
Oh,
What time were the proceedings tonight? I heard everything you said, Your Honor. Someone's trying to contact me about something important.
oh,
I apologize. What
no
time did you
worries.
say
Court begins
you
every
said what
night.
time?
Session starts at court opens at 9:30.
Okay. Okay, I definitely will try. I probably won't be directly on time, but I won't be too late either.
All
So I
right.
definitely will. I
Don't
definitely would be trying to attend tonight's session.
Okay, and don't forget you have the option to use the boost if you get stuck at the airport. You can catch a first class flight because you are DOJ. Just remember, as soon as you land, to write to the White House and let them know that the jet landed and you're here at the courthouse safe. Otherwise,
I appreciate that greatly.
they'll revoke your privileges for first class travel.
Understood, and I greatly appreciate having those things. I didn't know I was aware of the first class flight. Usually ride economy, but I appreciate
Oh
it.
no, you're in service to the city and our citizens. So if we
Yes,
don't get
ma'am.
much perks, but that is one perk you can get.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Shouts out to all of our friends in TikToktonia. All right, sir, I will see
Mm,
you. Congratulations to you and the mother of your child. We hope to be
thank you.
next time we see you. I hope it's for a marriage license.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I'm saying? Let see the other side of the law and how dope it could be.
Hopefully so.
We do have wedding MLOs. I don't think you have to pay for the state sponsors weddings. So think about it.
Okay, I will. I will definitely will.
Hmm. The greatest title a man can have is husband and father.
For sure.
For sure, right? All right, Lando. I'll holler at you later. Hopefully, I'll see you later on this
All
evening.
righty, Queen. Thank
All
you. You
right.
have a nice one.
All right. Bye. Oh, twisty turvy.
Really? Well,
Okay.
dang. That was a plot twist and a half.
Right. Plot twist.
Mm-hmm.
Rescinded. The lawsuit is taken away, and you got a plea deal. No need for a trial. I love it.
Yes.
He didn't even take the money. Look at that.
You're telling me I was shocked.
Okay. All right. All right. So I am gonna go and prepare for tonight. I'm gonna go grab some din din. I'm gonna fly out for a little bit, but I'll be back
Mm-hmm.
in at the 8 Sue. I'll be back in at 8, and I'll get the docket prepared. I'll work on that now, and then we'll figure out how to get the settlement stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw she wrote that we can't do the corporate accounts. I wouldn't trust that system. It's too janky.
Well, here's the thing. So, I happen to be signed into APD and stuff, right? Because I was finishing my notes for the trial yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I was curious and I was about to make a corporate account, whatever. So when I went into the corporate account, I'm seeing, wait a minute, millions of dollars. And I'm like, hold up, how the freak? And then I realized, wait a minute, this is the APD Society Fund right here.
Yes.
So then I'm like, okay. So then I switched my job to DOJ, meaning that if there should be a DOJ Society Fund because Nicole has paid us out of it in the past or given us bonuses the one time we got bonuses in the past. Um So I know that there's a DOJ Society fund, but since I'm the one having to dish out these payments, or I'm usually a district attorney wouldn't do that, but for some reason that's my job now, and I'm just moving with it. Um,
Yeah, you shouldn't have to. I don't know what comes with the Chief Justice role. So once they provide that to me, then I should be able to pay out the settlements and whatever else Nicole was able to do.
yeah, because if that's the case, then I can deposit this money that was given to me back into the PD, and then pay the DOJ IBAN that money, and then
The
the
DOJ can
clerk,
pay to the.
yeah, and the clerk would distribute the payment.
Yeah, I think the clerk is a little bit too new. Um, she hasn't even been here yet.
Because the way that I had it, the way that my mom had it, you know what I mean, in the first construction was that essentially the clerk's roles were higher than the chief justice, so that way they could do everything they needed to do without having to do the most.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's a new day, honey.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not trying to like make it, complicated or nothing like that, but I just did not want the DOJ's expenses getting intermingled with my own.
Yeah, and I see that. I agree with that. So I'm gonna speak to the White House again and try to get these roles and try to get all of that configured so that we can get a handle on this shit.
Okay, and is there a way I can get access to this spreadsheet so I can see how much?
Yes, and the clients and all the like cases. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. All right, let me go ahead and fly out, and I'll get that to you in the emails. Okay.
Okay. And there's incident numbers attached to these too because Wave is like a demon, like a super aficionado. She's better than me with the bookkeeping. So are there incident numbers attached to these? Because
Yep.
she keeps.
It's everything is in it. That's how I'm thorough. If nothing, I'm thorough.
Okay,
And I
good,
got the
good, good.
yeah, I got the receipts.
A, because yeah, some of these officers, because this also affects some of the officers, payouts. Because of course, if something they did causes a settlement or whatever, but then that kind of, which is kind of crazy because usually this would affect the payouts. But funny enough, officers who get terminated, they actually still have payouts due to them, but they
It would
never
just
get.
right, it would just remain in the coffers. So at
Yep.
the end of the day, when the White House called me in for that meeting, they looked at what was in the coffers for APD, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how they we were able to negotiate from there. Like
Oh, sexy, you gotta think about reload skin. You got that weird beanie on again.
what's up, DJ?
Hey, Boogie.
You working today?
Yeah.
Man, listen, I opened up the joint for like the first. I just put the ad in the sky. I didn't think nobody was gonna come. When I tell you everybody
I
named Mama
did.
came through there, I made like 500,000 like 20 minutes. Or
Oh,
more.
Ooh,
dang.
I
For
think
real?
more I made, yeah. It was two whole gangs, the police department, two gangs in a police department, and
Oh,
some
they said they
others.
was hungry.
Okay, they came in there, honey.
yes, I love that.
Not to mention,
Yeah.
I think, even though we are officers of the law, kinda.
Ooh,
Y'all,
Anyway,
wait a
the
minute. Y'all
drug,
officers of
the
the law?
not well, we work for the Department of Justice, but we're
yeah.
not the law. But what I'm trying to say is, it's time to cake, bruh, because from what I understand, the prices is hitting on the streets right now.
Wait a minute. Hold on, hold on, hold
I
on,
think
hold
they
on. You
doubled the
said, you
prices.
said what,
Something
Saber?
happened. The prices of everything on the street increased.
That was a little while ago. I know the purses were selling for $9.50 at one point, but that was a couple days ago.
Nah, I saw a message from
It's a,
today. Something.
it's
Either
a,
way, they got money because they came in there balling.
Hey, Honey Bunches, think about reload skin.
oh, no, no, no. If I do that,
Oh,
the
I gotta
outfit don't
do it
come off.
too. My pearls are
Oh,
missing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're messing with the necklaces.
Oh shit!
Oh, there go your outfit.
I
I
changed it to
just
my
said it
whole
too.
doctor outfit, not poof. All right, let me fly out of here anyway.
Trying to go to sleep.
Nah, I need to get some food in my belly, and then we got court tonight at
Oh,
What I do?
10.
when is the docket gonna get posted? Because I do want to try to get ready for that a little bit more in advance.
Um, the cheat for the docket is to whoever got arrested today will be on the docket. That's how the docket is formed. I just write
Oh,
down the
easy
names.
peasy.
Easy peasy, yes. Until the clerk can get to it. But that's how the docket is formed from whoever was arrested.
Okay. All right. I'll get to prepping.
Yeah. And if you look in the DOJ and the emails, the police will tell you exactly that they notified them. They're doing a really good job of saying so and so was told to be in court tonight at 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a triple system of checks and balances for the docket.
Yeah, because I'm not used to things being so fast paced. Not that I'm complaining, but because it's like so fast paced than what I'm used to, I haven't had a chance in a minute to touch these lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I think
it's a learning curve.
there's only there's not many lawsuits left, JB. Honestly, there's only we just got rid of that one,
Oh wait, hold on. The trail one is closed. Give me a second.
and that was the only one that was left.
Um, Wait, there's still the cane. Um,
Nope, Kane was settled by the White House.
what?
Yep.
Why?
Why was it
I
settled?
Yeah, we were shit on that one.
They wanted all the cases. I who would be the judge to sit on the case? They didn't want to, so it's part of the.
I thought we were gonna try to get KD to step in on that one.
No.
Dang, that one was so highly arguable. I was really trying to make that one go through.
It was sitting too long.
How is it sitting too long? We had just what was it? Had the discussion about it, and then we were waiting. No, we
Um,
were
Let me see. From the
yeah,
time that the client opened it, it might have been in September,
yeah,
early September.
and then I had submitted my response. I think I was motioning for it to go straight to trial because we weren't settling it.
Yeah, I don't. And then I think the judge just sat on it and sat on it. I don't know the previous judge.
Yeah, cause hold on. Yeah, we gotta
But
pull that up
don't
because
fret because well, it's over. It's a done deal.
I feel like that makes me look crazy because we were both tagging Nicole over and over again before we knew that she had resigned.
Right, and they knew that, they saw that, but at the end of the day, we got to move forward. So all that, and
Hmm.
trust me, I did a lot of work, not just on those cases, but on the whole mass dismissal thing. So you understand that am
Well,
not a happy
shit. Now
camper
I know.
about none of this. Now you know how I
God
felt, and
damn.
that
Now
was just one case. I had
yes,
over
I know
30.
exactly how you felt.
I had
I
over
know
30.
exactly how you felt. I'm upsetish.
Yeah, I had over 30 cases. So
Jesus, how karma works. That's crazy.
now don't
Like
fret.
I know
There'll be
I
more.
know
There will be
I
more. They'll just be
I
handled the way they're
know.
supposed to be handled. That's it.
I just really thought like, because I just like, at least with a few of those cases, I just hope that doesn't make me look crazy. Because there was a few of those cases where it was some activity, we were ready to go.
Nah, they
The
didn't.
Martin, yeah,
They
the
didn't
Martin
look at
case,
everything is
yeah, the
settled.
Martin case and
It's
the Cash case, we were ready
all
to
of
go
them.
on those.
All of the case. Yep.
And
settle.
especially the Martin case, she should have sued the driver because that was going to be that our main defense was that she should have sued that she should have sued the driver because he was popping wheelies when he hit the cop car.
Oh no, well, it's over now, friend. Stop thinking about it. It's settled, and we
Mm,
don't look crazy. The person who listen, I don't even know who was responsible because I don't know what happened with Nicole. So I don't know what was going on. All I know is that going forward, it is a new day. It won't happen again, and we'll get our RP. And nobody's time will be wasted. Not mine, not yours, not the citizens, not the police, and everybody whose play was all of our play is interdependent upon each other. So if one person drops the ball, especially the judge, it stops the whole process. So you didn't look crazy. Oh, wrong person.
okay, I'm gonna let Alon. Well, she'll be relieved to know that. So essentially, there's no
I ha-
active lawsuits, and
No,
I'm about to keep on that.
how many active lawsuits are there?
none. We just got Trail was the last one.
Okay, right. So essentially, as we speak, there's no active civil lawsuits right
That's
now
correct.
at all
That's correct.
between citizens, EMS, APD, businesses. The civil board is clear.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. So everybody should now have everybody we all now can catch up. We can start the day fresh. Nothing should ever fall behind again.
Okay, so all I need is act because I'm literally about to hit my 24-hour mark in a few hours. Um, so I just need that spreadsheet. So so if anything, I need the so here's the thing. I'm gonna send the money to the DOJ IBAN, right? Um, from APD.
Okay.
So then that means that all of these people would need to give us their IBANs,
Right. Which
and
is why
someone
we've
is
sent.
going to have to distribute payment.
Okay. So we've sent notices to everyone. They got official notices about the settlement. They have to accept before a certain date. If they don't accept it by that date, oh well. Um, and then they have to come to court like Q Millie did yesterday. That's why he was here. He was here because of the notice. They get put on the docket, and then they turn in their, they get their IBAN, and then they get their payment, and then they walk into the sunset.
Ooh, okay. But all I'm going to say is I can confirm that there is at least two cases that I legitimately feel like we could definitely have won, but due to the length and them just kind of being over it, they sort of settled those. But we do have to get a control of the little goofy shenanigans because that's a lot of settlements to sit through and everybody doing the freaking Jerry Springer, you are not the father dance down the freaking courtroom is going to be so freaking annoying.
Yeah, yeah. But we gotta give. It's a new day. It's a new day.
Yeah.
So we set the precedent. We're shaping the department now. You and I are shaping how it should be done. And then once we're done, it goes out to into the real world, into universities. We have thousands of people watching. Um, and so that's why we broadcast, you know, our proceedings all the time, because we want to make sure that the folks that can use this are able to see that it's running right now. Because before they were like they were like, you got to be joking me.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do nothing with this. People aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
Hmm. Okay. So I
Okay.
got a little bit of work to do. So yeah, I just need that spreadsheet the nanosecond you can get it to me.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
can send everything the payments.
Okay. All right. All right, I'm out of here. I'm flying out. I'll see you guys back here at what time is it? Oh my God, it's 7:30. Jesus.
Are you gonna be able to send that?
Yes,
Judge,
yes, yes. I'm sending it
are you
now. As
gonna
soon
be?
as I fly out, and order and I yeah. Let me handle this. I'm sending it out. I'm gonna jump on the email, send that link to you because I gotta grab it, and then yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. I need a fucking clothes closet in this damn place. All right, I'll see y'all later.
I see. I see. But
Bye, DJ. All right, my friends in TikTok Tonia. I'll see y'all later. Oh yeah, court starts tonight at 10 p.m. So I hope you can join us. I don't know what was on the docket tonight, but yeah, tune in. I'll go live at probably like 10 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully I'll see y'all then. Bye, y'all.